Hey everybody, David the AI Guide here. Happy Saturday. And today we're going to do a deep dive on machine learning. Yesterday on Friday, the University of California at Santa Barbara had a machine learning virtual conference. And they had a lot of speakers and it was completely fascinating. But the one we're going to focus on was the first speaker they had out of the box. And that person is Oren Etzioni. So machine learning, let's go back to what machine learning is. Machine learning is a statistical calculation to forecast a result. What does that mean? Machine learning algorithms are used to predict things, a given outcome. Here's an example. Let's say you walk into Harvard Medical that uses AI now to intake new patients coming in the door, and they ask you a bunch of questions, and the symptoms that you tell to the AI predicts what you have. So that is a statistical calculation to forecast a result. And again, we're going to talk about the discussion that Oren Etzioni, who heads up the Allen Institute for AI. Now, do you guys know who Allen is of the Allen Institute? I bet you do. A lot of you do, but maybe not some of the younger folks. That is Paul Allen, co-founder of Microsoft. And Paul Allen set up this institute to do work on AI for the public good. So this is a very, very beneficial thing that Paul Allen did during his lifetime. He passed away recently. But the Allen Institute, you can look it up. It goes by the nickname AI2. Allen Institute AI2. They focus on 3 different areas of artificial intelligence, specifically machine learning. One is computer vision. And in our sessions together, you know, when I've been talking to you guys, we've talked about this a lot under a different name, sensors. Taking input from sensors like on a self-driving vehicle and making sense of it. That's an AI algorithm doing it. So that's one of the areas that the Allen Institute focuses on with machine learning is computer vision and improving it. Another one is natural language processing, and we're talking Alexa here. And in either the very last video before this one or the one last Saturday, we were talking about, again, Jarvis, right? Jarvis, who can speak with you conversationally and run your life. This is what the Allen Institute is working towards, because natural language processing is night and day better than it used to be 5 years ago, but it's nowhere near where it needs to be for a lot of broad-based applications. One of those we've also talked about, elimination of computer keyboards. Who needs that when you have a near-perfect natural language processor that you can speak to and it'll type everything for you, or help you fill out your Excel spreadsheets, or search for things on the internet, or do anything you want it to. The third area is deep learning, which is a subsection of machine learning. And deep learning, as we've talked about, is neural nets. So 3 areas that they focus on: computer vision sensors, natural language processing, and deep learning. So the example I wanted to give you of something incredibly beneficial that the Allen Institute has done under the direction of Oren Etzioni is called Semantic Scholar. So what is Semantic Scholar? Semantic Scholar is the world's first comprehensive database of scientific literature. So what does that mean? Well, if you're a scientist at a university or a private corporation or a drug company, which is a private corporation, or you're at NASA or whatever, as you do your research, you write papers about your finding, and those papers get reviewed by peers, and your theory either gets validated by other people or it gets changed and improved by other people. So can you imagine, with almost 8 billion people in the world, universities around the globe, millions of academic scholars, whether they are in public or private life, how many papers come out every single year? It's insane. So what Ora Netzioni and his team at the Allen Institute did was create Semantic Scholar, which basically reads and summarizes every research paper written globally now. Think about that. So he was saying at the beginning of his talk that now they have 198 million papers in their database and 8 million users in the research community. So for example, let's say that your research area is invertebrates in the Amazon rainforest. Well, you just type that into Semantic Scholar and it'll pull up every article, and it will rank them by the number of reads, the number of shares, the number of articles that cite the articles. So it creates a hierarchy of the best scientific work in the world in a particular field. So one of the things he was saying is a research scientist at the absolute most could never read more than 200 academic papers in a year. And there's 198 million published academic papers. So if you're trying to break through in an area, then you want to be able to get access quickly to the best knowledge possible to help you formulate and confirm your research breakthrough. And this Semantic Scholar is the way it's done today. So what do? They scan it in, natural language processing processes all these papers. It picks out keywords and highlights those keywords and summarizes it, and then again ranks it by how often that particular paper has been cited and so forth. And one example he brought up of a research area, there was only one paper in the entire world on that subject. So as advanced education, we're talking masters and doctorates, get more and more and more and more specialized. There's more and more papers because of population growth and growth of people pursuing research pathways. This is a critical tool. Now, why is this such a big deal? It blew my mind when I thought about it. The reason this is such a huge deal is that you can never know everything. You can't. This helps you to know what's critical to advanced research. And what is going to happen is we've talked about the exponential rate of change, and that rate of change being exponential in itself on top of exponential change. This is going to dramatically accelerate exponential change. This one thing is going to make the rate of change so much faster, it's going to be crazy. So keep an eye on the Allen Institute for AI for all you guys that are interested in AI and want to learn more. Careers, of course, academic research in any field is going to use AI, right? So find something you're passionate about and really study it and lead research into that field and make a difference in the world. They're just awarding Nobel Prizes, and the women, most of the winners this year were women, which is fantastic. I'm super psyched about that. So this is your chance to jump in and change the world by following a passion of yours and ultimately using AI to drive that passion forward. So I hope you liked this episode, and if you did like it, please like it and share it. And of course, please subscribe. Thank you so much. Thank you to all my subscribers. You're the best.